Hi everyone, it's Lehman with Lace Covered Skies. I'm here today and I forgot to turn my light on again. There we go. I'm here today to film a video of me working on retro journals, and what we're going to do today is going to be fun. I was going to do this off camera, but then I decided to save it for a video. I have this book here. It's a family circle book. It says that it's a do-it-yourself encyclopedia, and it's super cool. I had gone to this one estate sale a while ago, and they were giving away volumes of books, and this was the best one that I found. But with like a small purchase, or I think any purchase, they were giving away volumes of books. And if you go back to this estate sale, if I can remember, I will link it down below. But I got a whole volume of these, and at the time I didn't think it was as cool as I do now. So I love the cover, both the front and the back cover. This is definitely going to turn into a junk journal, and it's not the thickest book, so that's why. Let's see how many pages. I thought it wasn't. Oh, okay. So I think these are the page numbers, but it's probably numbered by volume. Like from, this is volume 4, so it doesn't start on page 1. This is a 1973 copyright, and it's probably about, it's 506 minus 437 pages, whatever that math is. But my goal is to use this whole entire book in my retro journals. Now, in the future, I will make a journal from this cover, and I'll probably do a series with the other books in this series. And I was going to save some of these pages for this one, but I figure I'll just use some of the pages from the other books in this series for this particular journal. So I think for this video, and there's tons of really awesome pages in here. I love the natural yellowing and aging, and I love all these pictures and these types of drawings. And this, I see this type of bedroom at estate sales all the time. So I figure in this video we can gut the book together, and maybe this will turn into a tutorial on how to gut a book. I'm sure many of you guys know how, but for the people who don't, we'll do it together on camera here. And the best books that you can find for gutting are the ones with the gap right here. I don't know if you can see that, where this isn't actually glued onto the spine itself. So let me go ahead and get my craft knife out. And let me lay down this piece of paper here. This looks like it's going to be pretty easy to gut. So you're going to need a craft knife of some kind. You want to open it here. Bend both covers back. This is how I do it. And just start slicing down. This one is being very well behaved. That happened very easily. And of course, you want to be careful not to rip the end papers. This isn't anything exciting. It's just some white paper, but especially if it's a really pretty end paper. So that was super simple. So that's how you would just gut a book. Now I like to look at the spine to make sure that it's clean. There's nothing weird growing inside. But yeah, so I'm going to save this. I have this saved. This is from a Popular Mechanics book, A Much Thicker Spine. This will definitely turn into a junk journal. And now I can add this to that. This is a very thin spine, so what I will end up doing is cutting off the spine and making a new spine for this. But I do want to incorporate this spine into the new spine. And when I do that in sometime in the future, I'll show you guys how I do that. I did that for my ephemera folio. Alright, so I'm just going to clean off some of the glue. And we can get started. Let me know if you guys have any questions on how to take the cover off of a book. Alright, now can't wait to use these images, and I really want to turn this into a very productive way of harvesting these images. So my goal is going to be to just go in there and use everything. Now I'm trying to find the center of a signature, and I don't know if this book is done that way. It looks like it was glued. Like they didn't sew signatures in, I don't think. So that kind of puts a wrench in the tires. Is that how you say it? Puts a wrench in the bicycle spokes. Because I was going to use the pages as a spread. I thought there would be signatures because I like to cut the threads, but that's not how this is. All right, what I am going to do is save these first few pages for when I make the journal out of the cover itself. I really try to include the original copyright date, title page, and all that with the original book, so that whoever gets it can know exactly where that book is from and all that. So I'm going to set this aside. All right, so I have certain things that I like to do in my retro journals, and plenty of these pages will work great for that because the pictures are just so cool. Now, this is a Christmas thing. I'm not too thrilled about the picture, so I'm not going to save that. But I will save this one. Ooh, I like the back of it. I have a Christmas little pouch with Christmas things going. And as I do this, I just throw things in there. So this is where I keep all my Christmas stuff that I come across. I love this. How cool is that? And this is pretty cool as well. I love the way they wrapped their presents. Okay, so I am going to continue taking out the Christmas pages. See, some of these I'm not thrilled with, but I figure they can be the background. of a Christmas journal. All right, so let me go ahead and stick this in here. All right. So let's just go on through. Like this would be a good page for just like a page in the journal because I really like the background. But then there's this side that's pretty cool too. So let's just kind of go through and look at what we have. These are really bright colors. I feel like I wouldn't want these pictures in my retro journals. And when I say retro, I mean vintage retro really, because it's kind of like 50s, 60s, and 70s. This is a little too groovy for my journals, and I feel like this would be better for like a glue book or something like that. So I'm going to make another pile for that. Same with this, I think. Yeah, I just don't feel like I would love them in these journals because I really want these journals to have more of a distinct look to them. No, these I like. Because it's very, I hope I'm in frame. Because it's just cooler to me. I especially love this. Just the line drawings and the colors. Like, how cool is it that they used pink for like construction instructions? I don't think I've ever come across a book like this where the signatures were not sewn in. It's very interesting. As I'm doing this, I'm just kind of keeping an eye out for, I have certain things in mind that I'm looking for. So I'm going to start putting aside these full page drawings or any full page pictures that look cool. So before I came on here, I made a list of things that I want to include in my retro journal. So that's kind of what I'm looking out for as I go through these pages. Like this. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And too bad it's going to use up this side. But we have to make our choices, right? So right now I am looking for long pictures. as well as some cool horizontal pictures. It's really awesome how yellowed these pages are. So I will say that these pages are not as cool as Popular Mechanic books. The storage is pretty cool. Look at that. So they won't be like feature focal point images. They're going to be like the background actors. I think I will use that for something. This one's pretty cool. That's a horizontal image that I can definitely use, but the back is also really cool. So I'll have to think about that. Or I could use half and half. I think I'll do that. So that's going to be for my horizontal pages that I'm looking for. We are at 16 minutes. Okay, I want more of a clean tear, so let me see if I can take this off. All right. Okay, I like that. Now my journals are not going to be that big. About half of them will be the size of a pattern, a sewing pattern. So these pages, I can just fold them in half and they will fit nicely. That is pretty cool, how there's these floral curtains that match the chair. And I think this is their, like, what do you call it? Can't think. Like embroidery or whatever they're working on. What do you call that? Like, genre? I can't think of that, the name. But how they have yarn, I guess that's why we find so many of these types of things at estate sales now. Because back then, it was such a big thing. I'm going to turn this upside down to tear it so that it's a little easier to tear. I've been noticing that there's quite a few pages with these types of line drawings, so maybe I will do something with those since there's a few of them. And I'm just turning it to the side that I think I'll use more. That's an okay image. I like it when it looks more 50s, I guess, but of course it's not a book from the 50s. But when it looks more of that time period. So that's the entire book. Alright, so now that I know exactly what's in this book, it's fresh in my memory, I will say that I'm probably going to go back through the images that I've already been working with. And I might have to go into my Popular Mechanics book again to take out some more images, because there's not as many in here as I thought there would be. So I'm pulling this out. I'm going to pull this one out as well. And I am a little bit picky. These drawers are pretty cool. I am a little bit picky with the images I use, because I mean, I guess that's just the way I am, because I want the journal to have really cool looking things in it. These pictures will definitely be used for something. I like this one a lot because it's pink. So I am going to pull that as well. These are pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those. This one is that type that I was looking for. This one's pretty cool. This one's pretty cool. Alright, so let's see. I'm making 6 journals, so I need 6 of each thing. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's throw this one in there. That'll make it 6. have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I am going to need, I think I'm going to use this for that, the 6th one. So these will be pages in my journal, 2 sets of pages. Now, I'm probably going to find more sets. I'm going to continue going through this stack, but this video is at 20 something minutes already. I'm going to stop the video and I'm going to come right back and continue on doing this with you guys on camera. So I will talk to you in a very little bit. Thanks everyone.